What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com, home of the #1 crypto classes. This is where we keep crypto simple. Today, another exciting video. Bitcoin has just done something that it hasn't done the entire bear market. If you're new here, join the movement, hit that subscribe button right now, and everybody hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. It's great to see you. We have an incredible video, brand new information, but first we have to start with something legendary, something monumental, something that you are going to be so excited about. We are having our biggest sale we have ever had. That's right. You have been wanting to sign up to these classes. You had been knowing you have been gambling and you need a strategy. Today is the day you make that change. This is the last time with the prices this low. Take full advantage. This is your last opportunity to get these classes with this low of a price. Today is the day you make that change, and I'm excited for you. This is how you sign up. You're going to sign up to this combo, the Diamond Combo, if you've been in crypto just a few months. It'll be the very first link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. You're going to sign up to the Gold Combo if you've been in crypto around 1 year. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. If you have any questions about the classes, email me directly, info@CryptoCrewUniversity.com. If you don't know which one to sign up for based on your experience, we look forward to welcome you in. It's time for you to stop gambling and get a strategy. Okay, this video is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for this video. We're looking fresh. I know you are looking fresh. Happy Monday, and everybody in Australia, happy Tuesday. Let's jump into this. We focus a lot of times on big market cycles. Big movements in these market cycles are where everybody either makes a ton of money or they lose a ton of money. Market cycles are everything. And oftentimes in our videos, we take a step back, we remove emotion, we look at these big cycles so that we can be mentally prepared and ready for these big shifts. For example, when Bitcoin was back around 10,000, everybody was certain we were going significantly higher, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. But we saw a market cycle take place, and we made this video over a year ago and warning about a death cross. Inside this video, we said that we would go into a bear market for the next year and that prices would decline for the next year. It wasn't because we had a crystal ball. We just simply looked at the charts without emotion, and we didn't do really anything special. We just were looking for the right things. Okay. And then as you proceeded a little bit later, something monumental happened. A big market move happened. The biggest thing in 2018 happened here. We made a few videos about this. This was the 3-day death cross, exactly 280 days after our first bottom. Same thing that happened in 2015, and we were ready for it. We made a few videos and we said, look, the price is going to fall from that 6K all the way down to our 200-week moving average. That was a market shift, a market cycle that we had saw. And then when we were down here, there was a lot of fear in the market. And you can see with this chart here, our fear and greed chart, you saw when prices were down here, we had the most fear that we had. Everybody was certain we were going a lot lower. And we made this video on December 15th. When we just touched down on our 200-week moving average, we called for a legendary rally. That was a market cycle that we saw shifting. And this rally ended up being the largest in 8 months, this rally right here. So this is just a market cycle. But today, we're going to look at a bigger market cycle. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you are subscribed right now with notifications on so you can stay ahead of these big cycles. This is where either everybody makes all their money or loses all their money. And the cycle we're going to talk about today is bigger than those 3 cycles. It's a very, very large, big picture cycle that is really shaping up. Bitcoin has just done something it hasn't done the entire bear market. In this video, we're going to talk about 2 powerful things. What is that thing that Bitcoin just did, and what does it mean? So I also want to have some pop quizzes for you guys. So I'm going to show you this chart. Inside this chart right here is the first thing that Bitcoin has done that it hasn't done the entire bear market. Pause this video. Can you see it on this simple basic chart? We have price action, we're on a weekly chart, and we've got our 3 moving averages. Can you see it? And let me know in the comments if you like this kind of pop quiz that we're going to add into our videos to be really add a lot more excitement for you to see if you're correct or not. So what I want you to do is take a look at price action specifically. Our bear market, our top started here at 20,000. We went into officially bear market here in around 320, 315 when we had our official death cross and officially moving in below the 200-day moving average. So you can see price action. What you want to do when you're looking for these trends is take a clear approach. Don't use the news, don't use your emotion, just the facts. We know that during a bear market, we have continued downward price movements. We know that generally speaking, we have more red candles than green candles. And we also know that the red candles tend to be a little bit bigger than the green candles, all right? And we know that if we do have some green candles, it's just a couple in a row, and then we move back into the overall downward trajectory. However, not recently. Take a look at what just happened. We just closed last night our 6th green weekly candle in a row. That's right. We've never done this the entire bear market. Not even close. You can see number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you may say, well, Steve, isn't it 7? Well, this candle just started. It's a baby candle. And this is a weekly, right? So this started last night. We're not going to count it. 6 consecutive green candles. In this video, it's really important to understand what is this thing Bitcoin just did that it hasn't done the entire bear market. More importantly, what does it mean? Does this mean there's a fake out coming, or does this mean this is actually good news? We're going to get to that a little bit later. I want to show you the second thing that Bitcoin has done. That's right. There's a couple, and they're all very different, and they all mean something different. We're going to get to that in a moment. Here's the second chart, and I want you to have a look. Have a look at this chart right now. What do you see with this chart right now? Can you see anything that Bitcoin has just done that it hasn't done? So you can pause this video. We're on a monthly chart here, and as you see, we've got price action. We have our 50-month moving average, same thing as the 200-week moving average. We have our stochastics in the middle, and we have our RSI down at the bottom, right? We are going to dig into the middle of this chart because something special has just happened on the monthly chart. Now, this is the stochastic RSI. If we zoom out, we know that this is the general ebb and flow of a bear market, bull market. Generally, in a bear market, we're hanging out down below this critical 20 level. And when we're really at the top of a bull market, we're above the 80, okay? So simply put, that's how the structure looks. However, if we dig a little bit deeper, we know that this is where the top was. This is where that 20K level was. And we had a cross down on the monthly. By the way, a little tidbit of information. We're going to cover that weekly cross from our previous video later in this video. Because the big question I'm getting is, Steve, that stochastic RSI is hanging out around 100 on the weekly. We haven't crossed down yet. How long can it stay up there? Is it a bad sign that it's up there? What should we expect? We're going to cover that later. But this is a monthly chart. When you have a cross on a monthly, it's significantly more powerful than a cross on a weekly. Okay? And then if you have a cross on a daily, it's not as powerful as a cross on the weekly. So as you jump up in time frames to these bigger time frames, the trend is more powerful. Simply put, write that down. So if you're taking notes, highly recommend you write this down. You see the blue line? That's called our fast line. You see this orange line? That's our slow line. This fast line, the %K, when it's at the bottom, when it's on the bottom, meaning the bottom of these two lines, if it's at the bottom, it's a downtrend, simply put. If it's on the top, it's an uptrend, simply put. So we know that we were in a downtrend for a long time. We know that the blue line, our fast line, was at the bottom for a long time. In fact, we actually bottomed down here in March of last year and then continued to be at the bottom, meaning the orange line was still on top, meaning still a bearish trend. But just recently, we had a cross. That's right, we had a cross on the way up, a monthly cross on the way up, just like we had a monthly cross on the way down here. And we know that we haven't had this cross for 427 days. 427 days, we had our blue line below the orange line. So a monthly cross is significant. We're going to talk about, is it a fake out or is this actually good news as we continue in the video. But did you see that? Did you notice it? Let me know in the comments as you're watching. Jam-packed with learning as always, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on. But did you see this? Let's get into the third chart, and then the fourth chart is, woo! I can't wait to show you the fourth chart. It is incredible. Let's first jump to this. Another monthly chart, right? Another monthly chart. We've got price action, we have volume, and we have our RSI. And we're simply looking for, what is this thing that Bitcoin just did that it hasn't been able to do the entire bear market? Take a look, pause this video, take your time, and let me show you. So volume, we can see that volume was relatively high near our top, and we've had declining volume since. No surprise there. However, if we dig into the candles, we already know that we had some weekly candles in a row, but we know that we're on a monthly time frame now. Weekly candles don't often equal monthly trends. However, when you see a trend on a monthly, it's significant. For example, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles, monthly candles in a row during this period. And I believe this was something we have never done in history. Let me just zoom out for a second and double check that I'm giving you the proper. Yeah, wow. Yeah, we had never done that in history. That was the first time. And during a bear market, obviously we have downward price action, obviously more red candles, obviously the red candles are a little bigger. However, we just last night closed officially our second green candle in a row, month and month. This is really substantial. We're going to talk about what does this mean, but this is another thing that Bitcoin just did that obviously we haven't been able to do for this entire bear market. The last time we had 2 green candles in a row on a monthly chart, you can see that, you know, we're 455 days removed from this trend taking place. Is it substantial? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to talk about what it means in a moment. Let's get to this fourth chart here, because this is where it's very fascinating. So this one's going to be a little bit difficult to get. If you've gotten the first 3 where you saw that thing taking place on the chart, this one's going to be pretty difficult. We've got an indicator here that I've never shown you before, probably going to show you in a future video. And we have this indicator here that I've never shown you before. Fascinating. We'll get more into it in another video. But this one is going to give you the chills. This one is pretty powerful. Let me dig into it. You can see that the trends here, if we're just looking at price action at the top, right? You can see that during a bull market, you can see the green. You can see the green widening, right? And we were getting towards a squeeze right as our 3-day death cross happened. And then we turned to red, all right? You can see the structure. You can see some arrows here. But this is not where the secret sauce is. It's down below. It's in the MACD, right? Let me show you something. And this one's really going to give you the chills. We have been comparing the the 2014 to the 2018 and comparing the 2015 to 2019 for well over a year. And in the beginning, everybody thought we were crazy. All the sheep were yelling at us, Steve, we would never go to 3,500. And by the way, shout out to everybody that's been following me since we had not many subscribers. We called for a bottom at 3,500 back when prices were, I don't know, 11,000 or something. And all the sheep called us crazy. And they said, we're never going to watch you again. You have no idea what you're talking about. But we didn't have a crystal ball. We were a little bit off on our prediction, but we just used simple chart analysis. We removed emotion, and we just told the truth of what we saw based on our 18 years of experience. So take a look at this. It's really fascinating. Watch this. This is our MACD. When you have a MACD cross, it's significant, right? And by the way, we tailor-made the settings of this indicator to match the speed of crypto. So yours is not going to look like this. Yours won't look like this with the colors or the structure, but take a look at this. When you have a bull market, you can see that our green line is on top, and you can see our momentum is really building. Then we had a cross down, the exact opposite happened. We were building our momentum to the downside. And as we got closer, we just turned to blue. Have we done that before? No. This entire bear market, we haven't had blue. We haven't had blue since here. So we'll go ahead and take a measured move to understand it's been 406 days since we've seen blue. We want blue, and we've got it. However, if we dig a little bit deeper, we had a cross back here in January of 2018. Our cross just happened right at the beginning of March. Take a look. We just had our first MACD cross March, right in the beginning of March. It's fascinating, right? We haven't had a cross this entire bear market. And if we zoom back in history and we ask ourselves, well, what did we do in the previous? We know that we just had a cross in the very beginning of March. Can we decipher anything from what we did in 2014 and 2015? Well, we know that we also follow the same trend. We continued up with our blue. We had a cross down. We had our red importing like crazy amounts of volume, pushing us down. And then magically, we had a cross. But when did we have a cross? We know that the cross just happened in the beginning of March. How about in 2015? And this is where you're going to get some chills. Let's dig into this. We had a cross. Woo! Just got the chills. Right at the beginning of March in 2015. Now I've shown you dozens and dozens and dozens of analysis where we compare 2015 to 2019. We compare 2014 to 2018, and they're all mind-blowing, including this one. Phenomenal. So let me know in the comments if you've got the chills as well, because this is fascinating. Not only did they both have a cross around the same time, it was almost identical. So if you can see what happened after this cross, it's obviously monumental in the fact that we started picking up our momentum. There started to be more interest. It started to be one of the better times to invest. This does not reflect price action, right? The MACD does not reflect price action in the fact that price suddenly went through the roof. It doesn't work like that. We don't have a lot of time to dive into the MACD. There's a lot to know about the MACD. We're keeping it super simplistic. However, we cover it in our combo classes at length, so you could be a master at the MACD. But fascinating stuff. Again, what does this mean? Is this a fake out, or is this really good news? We're going to get into it. And later in this episode, we're going to cover that weekly stochastic cross. Why are we still up at 100? What should we expect? Is something going wrong? But first, let's have a quick review from Cameron. Cameron was getting into crypto and not getting the results that he wanted. He decided to put his foot down and invest in the classes, but he wanted a return on an investment. Just like a lot of my students are getting big returns on their investment, Cameron was comfortable with 100% return on his investment. So that became his goal. However, Cameron got a 3x return on his investment on his first trade. Keep up the great work, Cameron. This is incredible. And you have been wanting to sign up to these classes. You have been waiting for the moment to sign up to these classes because you want to stop gambling and you know you need a strategy. Today is the day. We have our biggest sale we have ever had. This is your last chance to get these classes at this low of a price. Don't let this pass you by. You will 100% regret it. Take full advantage right now. Biggest sale ever. Here's how to sign up. You're going to sign up to this combo if you've been in crypto just a few months. It's the diamond combo. It'll be the first link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. You're going to sign up to this, the gold combo, if you've been in crypto around 1 year. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. Save $1,300 on this combo, $900 on this gold. You will not have another opportunity to save this much money on the classes. Act now. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. Okay, now we're going to get into, well, we know that we had this 6 green candles in a row. We know that we have a monthly stochastic cross up. We know that we had 2 green monthly candles in a row, and we know that our MACD just crossed. These are all the things that we've done for the first time in the bear market. But now let's talk about, what does it mean? What can we expect? I got to take a minute for a second. This is going to be a little bit intense. There's some things playing out in the charts that are calling for a massive fake out, and we need to be ready. There's some things developing in the charts that are saying that price is going to go down in a drastic manner. In fact, the way that the structure looks, it does not look good. I think prices are going to go significantly lower than anybody is expecting, and we could be in a bear market for the next few years. I hate to be the person with the bad news, but it is looking ugly. I mean, you've got all these warning signs with the cross up and this cross up and monthly candles. Bitcoin may go to zero. Bitcoin may go to zero. April Fools! Gotcha! I'm just kidding. April Fools, guys. It's April Fool's Day. I wanted to do a little bit of something just to keep you on your toes. Obviously, these things are good news. We'll be serious now. That was really difficult to say that with a straight face. Wow. Rest assured, don't write in the comments, oh my God, Steve said Bitcoin's going to zero. No, that was a joke. Now, serious face. Let's tell the serious news. All right. These indicators, these 4 things that we talked about, they're all phenomenal. Meaning 6 green candles in a row. This is what has to happen. When you have continued downward price action, by the way, let me know in the comments, did I get you? Did I get you? When you have continued downward price action, you have to have a big momentum shift. There has to be several things happening in the charts to turn the tide, to go from a complete bear market to a bull market, especially an extended bear market as we've seen a little over a year. So 6 green candles in a row, phenomenal sign. What does this mean? This monthly cross up, phenomenal sign. It's also a momentum changer. We haven't done this in the entire bear market. A cross up, we have to take notice. How about this one? The 2 green monthly candles. We know that anything that happens on a monthly chart, any trend we see on a monthly chart is simply more powerful than any other time frame. 2 monthly green candles in a row, phenomenal sign. It's a momentum changer. And again, last but not least, the MACD, momentum changer, a big one. If you guys have been watching my videos over the past 2 months, I've been dropping a lot of hints. One of the big things we talked about is, look, once March is over, a lot of things will become clear in the charts. Guess what? March is over. a lot of things are becoming clear in the charts. We've talked about it in numerous videos, and I've given you tidbits of information. Number one is, look, everybody's been talking about the market bottom because it's sexy. It's something sexy to talk about in the news. But if you have a strategy, it's irrelevant. We don't care if the bottom is in or not. However, I've dropped a lot of hints over the past 2 months of how I felt on this subject. And there was a lot of things happening in the charts to lead us that way. If you're a student of mine, you heard this information 2 months ago when I made a bonus video for you with the 100-day cross. And we said, simply put, look, the only time this has ever happened before is after the market bottom. Don't sit on your hands. This is going to be an opportunity of a lifetime. So if you're my student, you had this news a few months ago. And if you really paid attention in my YouTube videos, then you also had this information. But there's a lot of things playing out in the charts that are indicating that the bottom is in. If you have a strategy, that's irrelevant information. It's a little sexy to talk about, like the water cooler talk. But look, we're starting to change our trend. We're starting to have this momentum to the upside. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be unfair. The amount of money my students made in this bear market is unfair. The amount of money my students are going to make in this bull market will be ridiculous. So be ready. It's going to be a phenomenal thing. Now, let's get to what we wanted to talk about with that weekly cross down, okay? The weekly stochastic cross, what's going on? To set the tide, let's look at our fear and greed. Simply put, when we see greed, it would be ridiculous to be buying. And we should be essentially selling when you see a lot of greed in the market. You want to do the opposite of the sheep. All the sheep are going to get slaughtered. 95% of them are going to lose each and every time. For the history of mankind, this has been true. When you see the greed get down here, the further down it gets, the better selling opportunity it is. Just like the further the fear is, the better the buying opportunity. It's really simple. So you can see there's a lot more greed in the market right now, present day, and you can see yesterday a lot of greed, last week some fear. So you can see greed is picking up, so we know what is coming. You simply do the opposite of the herd, you're going to win. Now, if we have our volatility, you can see the volatility very low, almost historically low. And there's some mathematical equations that represent that this past month was the lowest volatility in the history of Bitcoin. And we know that when there's low volatility, generally we see volatility pick back up. It's the calm before the storm. It's happened forever. And you can see the volatility chart here and how consistently low and really boring we've been with price action. We're still hanging out at roughly 4,000, just as we were several weeks ago, right? We're waiting for that weekly crossed down on those stochastics, which we've been talking about in a few videos. And the main question I've been getting is, Steve, what's going on with this cross? How long can we stay up at 100? Is the cross off? Is there something new taking place in the chart? Let's dig a little bit deeper into it. We know that if we take a measured move, we have been up at 100 for 21 days. And the question is this normal? Is this out of the ordinary? What should we expect? And we know that anytime we're looking to see what happens in the future, which direction should we look? Which direction? You want to look left. Anytime you're wondering what's going to happen in the future, you look left, the answers are there 100% of the time. Mark my words, write that in your notes, put it next to your computer. The answers are always in the chart. Always. And you may say, well, Steve, shouldn't we pay attention to the news? How about the ETF? How about China's New Year? How about the this and that and this thing in the news and this? Guys, the news is poison. The news happens after the things happen in the charts, always. The news comes out to say why things happen in the chart. Should be reverse. It's a little bit absurd. You should never watch the news ever, not even 1 second of the news. If you really want to make money in crypto, you should throw the news in the garbage. 21 days. Is it normal? Let's look left and investigate. So that we see, okay, these are generally fast crosses, but if we dig back, this we hung out here, I believe, for 14 days. We'll just take a quick measured move, 14 days here at the top. And then this move above the 90, we hung out for, I think it was 56 days. Let's take 56 days up here. But this was a pretty big move, right? If we take a measured move over here, you talk about, 70, 80%, right? So we have the ability to hang out over 90 for an extended period of time. How about specifically at that 100? Were there any opportunities that we did this before? Yes, 1, 2, 3 of them. You can see them right here. This one, what was this? 28 days. This one was our longest, okay? So if your answer is, well, Steve, how long can we hang up there? Well, this hung up there for 84 days. Mind you that we moved from prices around $11 to $259. I don't know. It's probably, I think it's 2,000, something around there. Yeah, a little over 2,000% move. We don't anticipate that type of move. However, we had a lot of momentum early stages of crypto. As there becomes a lot more money involved, volatility really starts to die down and the market matures. So I don't expect these 2,000% moves to be happening in the future. However, we do want the simple explanation of, is it normal? We're at the 100 for 21 days in a row. Is that normal? What I will say is in 3 weeks from now, if we're still up here, I would be very surprised. Expect a cross in the next 3 weeks. We'll keep our close eye on it. Make sure you're subscribed right now with notifications on so you can stay up to date on these big shifts. Again, when you talk about these types of shifts, these market shifts, this is where the most money is made and the most money is lost. Don't focus on these small time frames. That is simply small money. You're adding way too much stress and you're taking way too much of your time. You can spend way less time, focus on the right things, and make a lot more money. That's what I teach in the classes. That's why my classes are so successful. If you want to spend all your time looking at the charts to make pennies, be my guest, but that's not a good use of your time. If you want to make money in crypto, you have to focus on these bigger market shifts. That's where the real money is made or lost. So we're going to keep our close eye on how this shapes up as we move forward. But we did our trick today with April Fool's Day. But again, to be clear, these are all great things. I was joking before when I said Bitcoin's going to zero. I couldn't barely say that with a straight face. But look, the reality is great things are happening in the market. We're really starting to turn the tide and we're getting towards a critical time in the market. This is the time to learn. Make no mistake about it. This is the time to learn. You need to be ready for this next big market cycle. You've got to be ready. You've got to be ready. You've got to know what to do. You have to have a strategy. No more gambling. And you need to start to make back the money you lost in this bear market. No opportunity like this one. We're going to read a quick review from Ralph. Ralph was in stocks and crypto, just not getting the results that he wanted. Put his foot down, know he needed a strategy, signed up to the classes, and says he's made 125% in just 3 weeks after taking the classes. I want you to be next. I want your review here next. Here's how to sign up. We have our biggest sale we have ever had. This is your last chance to get these classes at this low of a price. Take full opportunity. If you miss this opportunity, you will regret it. I don't want to see you miss this opportunity. You know you need to stop gambling. You know you need a strategy. Let's get you signed up. You're going to sign up to the Diamond Combo if you've been in crypto just a few months. It'll be the first link right down in the description. The link for you inside the video right here. save $1,300. That's unreal. You're going to sign up to the gold combo if you've been in crypto around 1 year. It'll be the second link right down in the description. I'll link it for you inside the video right here. Save $900 right now with the gold combo, our top seller by far. And by the way, when you sign up, you're going to get 6 bonus classes, free access to Coinigy, unlimited email support. This is going to be a life changer, guys. An absolute life changer. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your bank account deserves it. Now, let's get into my favorite part of the video. I have an incredibly powerful Steve's Secrets to Success today. Really, it's going to be something that's going to really impact every day from here on out. I can't wait to share it with you. First, if you are watching on a mobile device, put your phone upright right now. Watching on a mobile device, put your phone upright and scroll down slightly until you see the subscribe button, just like this. And you do not want red. If you see a red button like this, boom, hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want red, and hit that bell. If you're watching on a laptop, scroll down just a little bit right here and hit that red button. Do that right now. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell on so you get these videos hot off the press. Now, you may be seeing, Steve, I've already done that. What can I do next? I want to be more involved. I want more information from you. How do I get it? There's 2 ways. Number 1, go to our website, cryptocrewuniversity.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, type in your email address and hit subscribe. Boom. Do that right now. And then once you've done that, go over to the Twitter and type in @CryptoCrewU. Follow there. Those are the 2 things you can do to be more involved. Now, we're going to get to a couple of other things. Update on my son. First and foremost, thank you for the overwhelming support for my newborn son. It's been an absolutely phenomenal experience. If you've never had kids, highly recommend it. It's life-changing, and there's a lot of parents out there, especially new parents, so shout out to you. Keep up the great work. You're probably wondering, Steve, what are the gains this week for your son? 10%. So he's at a weekly gain on average of 8.7. We're a little bit above. Last week we had 16.2, still strong growth, and it's been an incredible experience, except for the other day we had another earthquake, a big one. I mean, like large shakings, the biggest earthquake I've ever experienced. I don't like earthquakes. You've never seen me run so fast in my life to make sure my fiance and son are safe. And after the earthquake was over, we went out into the yard, and you can see waves, like huge waves in our pool and jacuzzi. Ridiculous. I don't recommend earthquakes. It's not fun, but everybody's safe. We're good. We're going to continue to focus on all the positive things, so more updates to come. Okay, class questions. A lot of you are wondering, well, Steve, I don't know which combo to sign up for. Based on my experience, what do I do? In any questions you have about the classes, email us right now, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. Write that down, put it in your notes, take a screenshot of this, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. Any class questions will get you set up. We have world-class customer service. Unbelievable. I put it at number 1. We answer you right away and with phenomenal care from the heart. Now, a lot of you are wondering, well, Steve, I'm kind of on the fence about the classes, and I want to speak to a graduate. We started a new program, Speak to a Graduate. A lot of people decide to talk on the phone, some on Twitter or WhatsApp or just email. If you want to speak to a graduate, put that in the email and write to us, info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. We'll get you hooked up with a graduate from my program, and you can ask whatever questions you have from the heart. We wanted to give a shout out. On the previous video, I asked my students, hey, write a comment. What did you feel before the classes and after the classes? And I'll give a special shout out to somebody. We have Stretchy here, who has a really inspiring story. Was involved in some different markets, not achieving the level of results that he wanted, put his foot down, knew he needed a strategy, signed up, and then in the first few trades, paid for a vacation to Belgium. And then just recently, well after that, he was able to take his kid to Disneyland just recently based on the trades he's making from my classes. Life-changing. So if you are a student and want to get your shout out on the next video, write your comments now. I want it from the heart, before and after. And if you're not a student, I want to know a comment from you, and I want to give a shout out to somebody who has an inspiring story from the heart. How have these videos affected your life? I get a lot of responses that you're now staying even keel, you're removing emotion, you're looking at the bigger picture, you have more confidence in the chart. These things, I love to read these things. This is what gets me juiced up in the morning to come out here and change people's lives. So I'll read one from a student and one from a non-student on the next video. So leave your comments now. Oh, bonus class. Attention students, get your ears perked up. April 10th is the day. New bonus class is being launched, and we have a lot of topics to discuss. I'm going to show you how to not only set up a chart like this, but how to use it to make money. See, the big difference between my YouTube videos are very educational, general knowledge on Bitcoin, but my classes teach you how to make money. I never teach you how to make money on YouTube. I never tell you, oh, I bought here, I sold here, here's the structure to look for, here's step 1, 2, 3. No. If you want to learn how to make money, take my classes. If you want general knowledge to become more educated, the YouTube videos are phenomenal, right? So, bonus class, teach you how to make money with this. We're also going to cover Litecoin. Should we be buying Litecoin right now or selling Litecoin? XRP, should we be buying XRP or selling XRP right now? And also Ethereum, buying or selling based on the structure of the charts. It's going to be an incredible, powerful bonus class. I can't wait to get it April 10th. Now, Steve's secrets to success. What I want to share with you is a question that I often get. Steve, what is the number one thing I can focus on right now to be more successful in crypto? Give me one thing, just one thing I can focus on right now. I want you to get a sticky note. I want you to get a sticky note, and you're going to put the sticky note next to your computer. It's going to be the most powerful sticky note you've ever had in your life. We talk about it a lot on this channel. Emotion is a money killer. Couldn't be more true, scientifically proven for the history of mankind. Money was not only money. Back in the days, we had spices and cattle to represent money, and then we had gold to represent money. Then we had this paper money to represent money, and then we had plastic to represent money. Now we have digital to represent money. No matter how you put it, emotion is what kills the money, always and forever. And that's the number one rule you can implement right now. A lot of people say, well, Steve, isn't it strategy is the number one thing to be successful at crypto? The answer is no. It's actually emotion. And it drives me crazy that not enough humans are talking about this. You know, we're using our 18 years of experience here. And if you talk to any professional trader, they will tell you emotion is the most difficult thing to control, but the most important. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have the most powerful strategy in the world. It never loses, ever, which, by the way, is, we know, not possible. But let's hypothetically say you have a strategy that never loses. And your strategy today, you're looking at your strategy, step 1, step 2, step 3, it's saying to buy. But you just got out of the Reddit forums, and they are all saying it's about to be a bloodbath. There's an ascending triangle on the chart. There's Elliott waves. There's this, there's that. There's a whatever it is in the chart. There's a new cross coming. We're about to have a bloodbath. And you're like, wow, what? My strategy is saying to buy, but these people are saying to sell. What do I do? So you go on YouTube. You watch your two favorite YouTubers, and they both say, wow, it's about to be a bloodbath. Run for the hills. Everybody needs to be selling right now. It's going to get crazy. So you're saying, wow, what do I do? Everybody's saying you wouldn't buy. You wouldn't buy because of emotion. Emotion is a money killer. Emotion is a money killer. Let's say you're in the casino and you're at the craps table and you're rolling dice. Everybody's winning. They're cheering for you. And you keep going because of greed, emotion. And let's say you get a couple losing hands in a row and you say, no. I'm going to start winning it again and make that back. And you bet a big bet and boom, you go into the red. And guess what? You don't stop because of greed, because of emotion. And suddenly you're in the hole, you've lost your money, and you're really upset. This is greed. This is emotion. Emotion will kill your money. It's the most difficult thing to do in trading, hands down. So I want you to take your sticky note and write emotion is a money killer. Put it next to your computer. Read it every day. Put it ingrained in your brain. It's the most difficult thing to do and the most important thing to do. The second most important thing to do is have a strategy. If you have those two things and you master those two things, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. But the biggest question I get is, well, Steve, how do I control emotion? I don't quite get it. If you're looking at your phone, checking prices of Bitcoin, you have too much emotion. If you're in all these chat forums, checking this, checking that, checking all these different time frames, too much emotion. If you're always on CoinMarketCap, checking all these coins, too much emotion. That means you don't have a strategy and you have too much emotion. Those are double whammies. You don't want that. So the reason why my classes are so successful, I teach it step by step. And nobody else teaches you how to control emotion. That's why their classes are not successful. There are so many other classes out there. I don't know why they're not teaching the most important thing, but we focus on it. We focus on emotion and strategy. That's why my students are absolutely dominating the game in a bear market, and it's gonna be unfair how much money they make in a bull market. So get that emotion under control and get a strategy. That's it. That's all you need to do to be successful at this game. So take it to heart. And I will see you right back here next Monday. Now we have a reason to look forward to Monday forever. Everybody looks at Monday and says, ooh, Monday. I hate Mondays. Well, now, Monday, we come together. We have an incredible time. We learn a phenomenal amount, and we get better. Every single video you're learning, you're growing, you're controlling emotion, becoming more confident. It's an incredible journey. So thank you for everybody coming in, boom, giving the thumbs up right away, leaving the positive comments. You're an inspiration. So thank you. Share this video in one place right now. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you right back here next Monday, Tuesday for all Australian folks. Peace and love to the crypto crew. Have a beautiful rest of your day.